So today we start a new project. Oh wait, not that one. So we might do a baler at some point, but that's gonna be very difficult. But instead, today we start our mower project. This one will be for Holly's tractor or Hudson's tractor, but that way they both have a mower. Because as you know, we made one mower. If you haven't seen it, go back in our videos. We did like a 3-video series of how I built it. We kind of made like a coon style mower. But now I kind of want to make a shredder, a bush hog style mower, just like this one. So that's what we're gonna get started on today. I got all the parts up at the shop. So I think we go up there, start gathering everything. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm just gonna leave it down here. And I kind of visually know how it looks. But I wanna build it pretty much exactly like this. And I think we should get started on it, so let's go. So I will say, I love the way that our hay cutter turned out. There's really not anything I would change about it. So I think I wanna kind of go with the same game plan on that. Not really do much different. Run wire to the tractor, mount the head on it. This one will be slightly different. It'll be more in the middle, not at the back on this. The tires on this one, I guess that'd be the only thing, is they're a little too close together. I would widen them a little bit. But other than that, I wouldn't change anything on that. So we're gonna use kind of the same idea. Run matting along the edges to prevent any grass or rocks or anything coming back at the kids. So we're gonna kind of go with the same style as that. Let's get one of their tractors up here for measuring purposes, and then let's start gathering the materials. We got our weed eater, we got our adapters, we got switches, we got wires, we got metal. We're ready to rock, so let's get started. So my idea of it is pretty simple. This is the tractor. Don't mind my terrible drawing. But this will be the frame of the mower itself. That'll be where I attach the mower head. This will be one wheel on the back, and then I'll kind of have a decent sized tongue that connects to the tractor just to keep this further away from the tractor. And I'll put the matting on the outside just to help protect the kids from anything coming back. That's why I have a longer tongue than probably what looks normal. But I feel this is the safest way, so that's the route we're gonna go. So let's get our metal, get this kind of drawn out, cut it out, and then go from there. So the clearance we have between the weed eater head and the wheels on our last mower was 18 inches, so it'll be right here. And I wanted to make it a little bigger, so this little piece we have right here is gonna work perfect because we have 28 inches. So I don't know if I need the full 28, but I think we'll use it all since I don't wanna just leave a little sliver of metal there. So what I'm gonna do is we'll probably have a straight edge come down to about right here. I need to get some chalk so I can draw it. And then at this point, we'll start rounding it down to the bottom. And then I wanna make sure I leave a little piece to drill a hole because that's where this wheel will slide in. It's a wheel, it swivels, and we'll connect it to the front of the tractor up there. And obviously I'll make the round point and come back up to there. So let me get some chalk, we'll draw it out, get the plasma cutter, cut this out, and that'll be the start. So here we got it mapped out. I had to move it over just a hair because I had it all at the edge and it just looked too big. Because as always, I worry about weight. So I think, obviously we'll make the cut there, round it off on the bottom, and this will already be cut. That'll be the good frame, a good start for this thing. So let's throw it on the table. Let's get the plasma cutter out to work on this thing. So we got it cut out. I got the weed eater also cut out. Got the wires ready to rock. So it's gonna fit somewhere in the middle. I'll have to measure it out. But I'm thinking something like this. So obviously we're gonna have to bend the pipe like we did last time as well. And one other thing I'm noticing is this is gonna have to be kind of low to the ground, and this head is pretty tall. So it's gonna even look like the real shredder because I'm gonna have to probably cut a hole in the middle for this top piece right here to kind of slot into. That way this and this are gonna be pretty flush. So I only want it to really drop down below this deck, probably about this far. So we need to get a hole cut in the middle for this to slide into. But I think that should probably be the last thing we do because that's really the height adjustment, because I could drop it lower if needed and I can raise it up as high as I can, but I can't go too high. So I think we get it built out, then we put the tire on it, because the tire I can't really adjust too much. It's pretty fixed the way it is. I'm just trying to think the best way to approach this and where I should go next. I need to buffer it out and make sure it looks pretty. I think we make the attachments where we're gonna attach to the tractor and we get the proper height for that attaching to the tractor. And then we throw the wheel on to where that'll fit good, and then we do this last because that's gonna be fixed. There's not gonna be no adjusting that, whereas the tire I can adjust if needed. So I think that's what we do. Let's get it cleaned up, get our attachments for the tractor, how we're gonna attach it to the tractor, and then we'll do the wheel next, and that'll be the good base, and it's basically done. Fabricating wise after that, and then we just gotta make sure we find a way to fit the weed eater in there properly. So let's get started on that. Okay, so I got it buffed out, it's ready to rock, it's perfect, and I did some thinking. I think the best thing to do is to get this in the center and mount it how we want. That way we have our fixed height, we know how high we need to set the tire, for it to perfectly allow this to mow and not drag on the ground. Also allowing us to do our attachments to the back of the tractor because we'll have our height set already. So I think that's the way to do. Get this centered, cut a hole for whatever we believe is gonna be best for this, which is gonna be a little tricky. I have to do some thinking on that. So we'll have to look into that a little bit more. But I think that's where we go next. So let's get this centered, get where we think we want a hole, and get it cut out. Okay, so we got the head deconstructed about as much as I can right now. So all we got left is a wire, little piece of plastic. I need to try and check in here to make sure there's nothing that attaches. So I want to get as much plastic off as I can. That way we can get it kind of flush with this base all the way across. So I can kind of fit that up against the metal. That way we only have a little piece hanging and it's not too much. Because the more higher we get, the worse I think it's going to be. We're just going to have to make a drastic change on our wheels, on our things attached to the tractors. So let's try and cut this off as much as we can. Whew, so I think we got this thing about as good as we're going to get it. Check it out. I think that is about as flush, as perfect as I can get it. So now let's go make the hole on top of that metal where we're going to put this inside of it and find a way to bracket that in there where it's not going to move around. But I think it's coming along pretty good so far. Alrighty, we got our hole cut out. Now, the moment of truth. I have not tried this yet. Okay, please fit in there nicely. Just give me something nice. Oh man. Okay, I couldn't, not even lying, I couldn't be more pleased with the way that fits in there. I mean, there's no wobble in it. None. Oh, I am so happy with that. Okay, so now, this is the head that's gonna be sticking. So this is gonna be the top. So this is what you're gonna see. Obviously this will be the bottom, because this is where the mower spins. So I might find a way to conceal this to where you can't even see it at all. Or maybe I'll just leave it exposed how it is. I'm not too sure yet. But now I need to find the best way, I think, to attach this to it. Obviously, and this will be the cords that run to the tractor. We'll have to do some wiring on that, but I'm not too worried about that. I think we need to find the best way to attach this guy to the metal without ruining it. So an idea I came up with, or the best way I think to strap this thing down, is gonna be like so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld one side like this, and then I have it to where I have to pull down on this side to tighten it, but that should secure it very well. And then obviously I'll do the same on this side. And I think that's gonna hold it pretty good. So the bulk of the work is complete. This guy, let me tell you, nothing is more secure than this thing. It is not moving. We got some good welds on there. These are holding it very good. So up next on that, we need to do what attaches to the tractor. That'll probably be what we do next. And then I want to do the back wheel, and then basically it's just the wiring and then the safety meshing on the outside. We're basically done. So we got a bulk of it done today. We'll probably finish it next time. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up like always. I would really appreciate it. Any suggestions, comments down below, please leave them. And until next time, bye.